All right, welcome to the Launch Truck Podcast. This week we have a sit-in who is a creative genius among us. Would you like to go ahead and introduce yourself?
My Instagram is Creative Lazarus. Creative spelled normal, and then Lazarus Lazarus. And yeah, this is my Instagram. I'm a photographer. Been a photographer for quite some time now. About 6, 7, almost 8 years actually. So, yeah.
Awesome. Go check it out too. His Instagram is dope.
Yeah, it is. It's fucking sick.
Dope picture.
So I want to start out by just talking about your creative process and like what you want to aspire to and what your motivation is to just kind of keep taking pictures and what you aspire to later in life.
Yeah. I mean, in the past, I guess I'll say like my aspirations were very selfish. I guess I'll say because if all four of us were photographers, graphic designers, or whatever, my whole thing would be about I want to be better. I want to be better than all of you guys. Like, and where I'm comparing my most recent post to your last recent post, and if you post something that I think is better than mine, now my whole thing is about me trying to get better than you, rather than kind of just using yourself as your own measure of success or like creativeness, I guess I'll say. So that was something that I struggled with for like some time, but now my whole thing is about building my own ideas and then kind of from start to finish doing it all in-house in my own mind rather than trying to compare myself to other people. And then like once I get it out to the world, then I'm like, all right, cool, XYZ.
But isn't that kind of what you need though, to kind of better yourself, to get better, to push yourself? You see somebody that, oh, I really like that. Now I want to top that. Isn't that gives you that drive?
Yeah, it definitely it helped to a point, but when let's say for example, I'm taking black and white photos and I'm taking black and white photos of people and you're taking landscape photos of architecture. It's not really realistic for me to compare my product to your product.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's different. Right?
Yeah, it's to a point, like composition, yes, but when it comes down to it, it's different subjects, so it's gonna be different.
But like, I think like what you were talking about, like that competitive nature almost is like it's still good in a way.
Yeah.
You know, because like you just strive to be the best at something. Like,
yeah.
I think that's good. Always, and no matter what you do, like.
I mean, because it's not like I'm saying like that I'm not comparing myself anymore.
Right.
It's just now throughout the creative process, I'm not constantly comparing myself while I'm editing something. Where it's like at the end, it's like, all right, let's see what I got compared to XYZ.
Like you understand that like different subject matter and stuff like that. Like I can't compare myself to certain things. Like
yeah, or it's like I'm not gonna do it while I'm editing, but then I'll do it after I'm done. Because it's gonna ruin my creative process if I'm constantly looking at Joe Schmo's stuff. But no, it's something that I definitely think about now because I'm just a competitive person and I want to be better than everybody else. And I think that being like an artist is similar to being like a chef or something like that, where you have to have a certain amount of bravado or like you kind of gotta like let your dick swing essentially, where you're like
that motherfucker hang out.
Yeah, it's like no, like I know that I'm better than you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's because if you don't believe you're better than somebody else,
then
nobody else who's consuming your product, whether it be a food or whatever it is, whatever your product is, if you don't believe it's better than anybody else, nobody else who consumes it will be it's better than anything else.
Yep.
So my big thing is like, so I'm more of the type to go after acknowledgement from like food perspective, like you were saying, like in a chef. So I make like plenty of dishes, and I have people like, especially coworkers and stuff like that, try them, see, you know, if they like it and stuff like that.
Sure.
You want to know my big thing is I don't take the positive from, you know, somebody, you know, telling me something is good and stuff like that. I don't take that very well.
Mm-hmm.
Like me, I'm looking for like what can be improved and what can be better. Like, how do you cope with something like that?
You want like the critiques more?
Yeah, like I like I don't mean to sound, you know, cocky or anything like that. Like, I know my food's the shit. Like, if I make it, I know like how my food tastes and stuff
Welcome
like that.
to Flavor Town.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, Guy Fieri, hit me up. No, but yeah. No, I know what I make is good, but like I'm more looking for you know, bettering myself more than anything else. And yeah, I would always love to improve my stuff, and like I wonder, you know, coming from a different creative aspect, like how would you take that, or do you take that in a similar way?
No, I mean, because it's like if you have a crowd of people, are like, oh, for example, like this food tastes great, and then you have one person sitting in the corner like, this shit isn't that good.
Haters.
And I want to hear what that one person has to say. I want to know why you don't think it's good compared to everybody else. It's like gassing my shit up, essentially.
Yeah, I agree.
So it like,
because if you're not with like the majority, like, then what the fuck, like?
Yeah, like, why do you? Either you're just trying to be a contrarian, or I'm trying to actually hear what your opinion is and see if it's legitimate and see what your criticisms are. Because like, it doesn't really make sense to just completely ignore somebody who doesn't agree with what you're saying. Like, I will listen to you. I'll see what you have going on, and then if I think it's legitimate or not will be if I dismiss it or if I like continue to keep it and use it as fuel to adjust, tweak, go on, move on to such and such.
You kind of know that though. Like, you can tell like sometimes when like that one like lone person is like just trying to be a fucking hater.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell, like, you know, like, are you just hating to hate? Like, you really don't have a reason or anything like that, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like, you can just feel that vibe from that person. Like, no matter what like, if you're like a actor or something like that, like, you could put out an Oscar, like, a winning performance, but, like, you're always going to have that one person that just fucking criticizes you and hates on you.
The well-actually person.
Just because they want to be that opposite person or they want to stand out or, like, especially nowadays, like, they want to be that troll.
They want to be different. That's the thing. Is like they
want that recognition.
I think one of the big things is like
that's what gets you recognized.
Yeah, definitely. It's like if you have a different opinion than other people, then you're going to stand out more than, you know, the you know, everybody combined
that falls in line.
Yeah,
fucking lames.
Then the sheep in the crowd.
It's just hater though, like if it's good, it's good. Like,
but here's the thing though, is like coming from a creative, like somebody who creates things on a regular basis. Like for me, I do paintings and I do you know cooking and you know stuff like that, and like if I see somebody and they're like, yo, this is dope, and I'm like, cool, thank you, I kind of take that with a grain of salt. I'm like, you know, it could be better. Like, for me,
you're
I know...
You're your own worst critic, though.
Yeah,
too.
I agree. I am my own worst critic. But, like, I feel like most of my paintings and stuff like that can be better. But
don't you think, too, though, like, not to but don't you think, too, like, you, like, if that's something you know, like, you know painting, and you know, like, photography. Like, I don't know photography. I can barely fucking keep my hands straight. I can't paint. I'm not creative. Like, I'm not an artsy person like that. Like, so to me, like, it looks dope. Like, what both of you guys do, it looks dope. But, like, if someone who has an eye for that, they might be able to, like, critique and pick. But, like, from outside, I like the average person, like, I would look at it and be like, that shit's sick. Like, that's professional type work. Like, that's it. You could sell that. You can make money off that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Where do you... the, I guess, critiquing or the negative, where do you draw the line between taking away from that and discerning that that's just somebody being an asshole?
Yeah, I think it comes down to where it's like, if any of us were like, hey, Steph, you need to work on your 3-point shot. You're like, here's what you need to do. He's going to look at any of us like, What the fuck are you talking
Like,
about?
who the fuck are you to tell me?
Grab bench, bro.
Exactly, but if like Reggie Miller or Ray Allen or somebody is like
somebody's respecting that.
Yeah, where it's like I respect what you've done or where you are in the craft that I consider myself an expert in. Mm-hmm. I respect where you're at. So at that point, you've reached the qualifier to where I'm gonna respect your opinion and I'm gonna listen to your opinion and I'm gonna I don't know. I guess it's like just like similar to the Steph thing where you have to reach that barrier first. You have to pass that barrier to where now I'm taking your critique as legit.
You like have respect to your peers in that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So somebody doing the same thing as you, or that's done the same thing as you, gives you feedback or critiques you, you'll take it more to heart.
It hits just differently. Like.
Yeah.
So
somebody that's done it.
Mm-hmm. So one of my big things is like even people who don't like have the same, I guess I don't want to call it talent, but like the same talent as what I'm doing or something like that.
Or skill set, like
But they give you an idea or they give you a critique that is in a similar line to what you're already thinking about whatever work you just put out. Like, would you take that more to heart, even though they don't know shit about what you're doing, or would you take it like, maybe I wasn't thinking this correctly? It's a tough question. I know, right? I was thinking about it the other day because I was looking at an old painting and I was looking at it and I was like, God, somebody told me the same thing that I was thinking, but like, do I actually like trust what they're saying, even though it aligns with the same, with my thinking, or do I think that I'm just being too critical upon myself?
But also, like, I don't know, like exactly what you're talking about, like that example. But like, do you think it's something you could like try out and just like see for yourself?
Possibly, but like especially when it comes to like with the painting that I do and stuff like that, like 90% of the painting, and like you guys have seen it, like 90% of the painting that I do just kind of comes off the cuff.
It's just like at that moment in time how you feel.
Yeah, and most of the time it's like how I feel. Yeah. Like a lot of my paintings and stuff like that are pretty much how I feel, and when I do something or I do something for somebody, like I've had two people come up and ask me to make paintings for them. Like, that is a tough thing to do. Like, I can't... Like, I'm staring at one right now, and it's not...
No.
Like a painting is, like... Especially for me, like, if you get asked, like, hey, I want you to do this painting for me, it's really hard because you have to connect with what you're doing, and you have to, feel out what you're going to do for the whole painting.
It's like intimate.
And it really is, and you have to try to figure out like exactly what you want to do with it, the exact colors, what type of paint you want to use, stuff like that, and it's really hard to like be kind of constrained by the guidelines of somebody else.
But do you think like
that brings me to my next question? Do you want to paint me? Like one of your French girls?
No, I don't do realistic paintings.
No nudes.
I mean, I wouldn't be I mean, I might, depending on the person.
Talk to me after the pod.
I got you.
Hey, email me for
yeah, hit my IG though. But no, I think it's a lot harder to do something for somebody than just do something off a whim or off your own personal creativity.
But like also like to me, like if I was to ask you like, hey, like you think you'll hook me up with a painting, like I would ask you that because like I like what you paint. So like I would trust in you because I think a lot of times too like people like that artist's work. So like like who's that one famous dude like Banksy? Like he does like wild like art like stuff like that, like street kind of art. Mm-hmm. Jamie, can you look that up for me?
I got you. Hold on.
Yeah, but like he does like like his style art, but it's like kind of like street art. But like if you like his kind of art, like you kind of put that trust in him as an artist to like make something that you like. You know what I mean? Like you can't be particular about like what you expect from him.
Yeah, but
But you just like that style.
him particularly. I
don't
don't
like that. Bro.
I don't think that he does it for people.
No, I know. But
He
I mean,
does
like,
it
Yeah.
for the masses.
Yeah, exactly.
So from one creative to another, right? How hard is it to technical difficulty? How hard is it to like, I don't know if you've been in a situation to actually like do a specific like photograph or do a project for somebody. I know you and I have talked about doing a project for this podcast, but like how hard is it for you, or how does your thinking go when it comes to somebody requesting something like that?
I think it kind of, you guys seen Captain Marvel, the movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You know when she had the limiter in the back of her head?
Mm-hmm.
Basically where she had this full range of powers, but
she couldn't use
couldn't use any up to a certain amount because she had a limiter in her head, but she didn't know it was there. So it kind of feels like if you know that the limiter's there and you literally place it on there yourself, and you know that you're giving yourself these restraints for a certain point of time.
It's like handcuffs on.
Yeah,
on being able.
It's just
to do
like
something.
it's like, all right, I'm gonna cuff one hand behind my back real quick for this project, because it's like, yeah, my creative expanse can go all these different places, but when one person asks you for a commission or something like that, you know that you kind of know your client, and you know that they don't want this or that. They want they want one thing in a relatively like small circle, which is kind of what I kind of tailor to whatever the project is to whoever it is asking for it, because I kind of get a sense of what they're looking for depending on what piece of mine attracted them. I kind of know what they're looking for in a project.
Do you think it's more of like what they've seen previously, coming into account, like what they want, or because I know for me, like I don't think I could recreate a painting or a dish that I make for somebody, if they ask. Like if they like something one time, I don't know if I can do that shit again.
You can't
like
make that pepperoni pizza again?
No, dude. But like I don't know if I could do that again. To try, it feels almost forced.
Just because like it's in the moment like type thing. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're not gonna make lightning strike twice. So it's like
That is so good. I like that.
so it's like the
Quote that. Quote that.
so it's basically just like
sticker.
so it's basically like, all right, if I took one portion and you're like, I want something like that. I'm like, well, I know for a fact I'm not gonna get you that, but the least I can do is try to get you in that ballpark. And hopefully that ballpark will be something that you think is a good enough product.
Yeah, something similar, or you could even open their interest to something new.
Exactly, because it's
they
like
didn't even know they liked.
Yeah, it's like, because I'm gonna give you like a breadth of things, of like things that you want, and then probably one like abstract thing that you weren't really sure that you liked or not, which kind of ends up being like the whole thing where it's like, I'm just trying to test and see where you're at, where it's like, all right, you're like, I actually didn't know I really wanted this one thing. Was kind of like, I wouldn't have thought about this, but I actually kind of really like that. And that's kind of what ends up happening.
But that's kind of the part of it, like, you're an artist, so like someone likes like your like like general style of work, like they see your line of product, and so like they're interested in it and they're like attracted to it, so like they like that, and everything catches their eye. So like I feel like as like if you ask something of an artist, like that's what comes with it, like like okay, like it's not gonna be the same as anything they did before, but it's gonna be slightly different. But like it's like, oh, like I just like this style of art. Like if you like Van Gogh paintings, like you like Van Gogh, like, but like if he puts out something, like it's gonna draw your eye. So like, and it might draw new people in, it might draw in the same crowd, but like it's something that like attracts you to it and it catches your eye, and that's what you're into. Like that style art, or like I don't know, like abstract painting, or like I don't know that much about stuff like that, but like just that style of artwork, contemporary stuff like that, like it's gonna catch your eye, and that's what you're into. So
Yeah, and that actually leads into what one of my tattoos, the tattoo that I have on my arm that wraps into my chest,
Which is a
koi fish.
yeah,
With a flower.
Traditional Japanese.
Yeah.
and it's
tattoo.
color.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I told to the artist was, hey, this is what I like. I give you free reign to, draw something up.
Could
and
you trust that artist? And you've seen his work or her work.
his work, but yeah. I did. I saw his book, the book they usually have in there, and I said, hey, I like your shit. I give you free reign. I'm gonna come back in 2 days. Show me what you got. And now it's on my arm.
So, as a creative, like, so for me, if somebody were to come up and say, look, I love your work, I love what you do,
I love starfish.
I love whatever, and they give me a suggestion like, hey, can you incorporate blank, right? To me, I would try my best to incorporate whatever they feel like they want in that, but ultimately, like, to me, I'm gonna feel exactly what I'm feeling that day. Like, I don't think that I could duplicate, something that somebody else has seen, or they're like, hey, I really like this certain painting, or I really like this color scheme. Can you replicate it?
And that's the beauty of creativity.
Yeah.
It's not going to be exactly the same.
Yeah, that's the beauty of creativity and artistry. Like, that's like when you go to get a tattoo. Like, I'll take, like, an idea or, like, an image or something to, like, a tattoo artist who my tattoo artist or whatever. I'll take it to him and I'll be like, hey, like, I want something like this. I want it on this area. Like, what can we do? He'd be like, all right, like, let me sketch something up. And
Make
then, like,
it happen.
We'll tweak something off of it, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to change this, and this. What do you think? And I always say to him, like, every time, like, he did, like, one on my arm freehand and stuff like that. And he's like, and this one, he's like, you trust me to change some stuff? Like, yeah, do what you want to do. Like, you're the artist. I trust you. I know your work. I trust you. You've done work on me before. Like, I trust you. Like, let's get it done. Like, I just trust him. Like,
So taking away from the tattoo area, because I feel like tattoos are a little bit more adjustable, I guess, and the aspect where you can kind of tweak them before you get them put on. And, and you can do that stuff. Like when it comes to like photography, or
it's there forever.
Yeah, correct. Like it's like one picture is a picture.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like you can always take another picture, but you're never gonna find that exact picture again.
or
right?
like a painting.
Yeah, or a painting too. Like once it's on canvas, like you can't really do it again.
It's not
like,
going anywhere.
like you can always paint over it, but then you'll always see the underlying paint.
That's hook, line, and sinker.
Like yeah, like I have multiple paintings that I've restarted 3 times, and I don't think most people notice, but I notice.
Sure.
I noticed a lot of paintings. Like I have one sitting in my front doorway that I restarted twice, and there's two different aspects to that painting, which actually brings out like a lot of detail that most people wouldn't see until they get close and they actually look at it. But like when it comes to trying to please a client or something like that, would you more rather have you all right there, bud? would you rather have a client? Would you rather have a client that more or less trusts what the artist has to deliver, or would you more or less want a client that has a
knows?
Well, I mean, not exactly knows, because I don't think anybody will ever exactly know what they want until they see it on paper, or canvas, or a photograph, or something like that, or even your body, like.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of different artists in there and around the world, and I don't think anybody will actually understand getting the perfect quote unquote design for somebody.
Well, this tattoo that I have of my family crest is a door knocker on
A what?
A door knocker.
It's a door knocker, like
like
knock, knock, knock. Who's there?
legitimate door knocker on my parents' front door.
Oh, really? You guys have that?
Yeah,
That's pretty dope.
That's been passed down through the lineage.
I want to get my family crest, honestly.
So
It has a fish on it, so it's a little suspect.
that's something very
You
specific.
got a Glock too, or?
Whoa. We'll talk to my parents about that.
Trying to be serious and change,
What is that?
That's something very specific that I knew that I wanted, and
Was it more of just like a copy and paste type of thing, or okay? So you gave very strict parameters to your artist, and we were like, this is exactly what I want.
took a picture of it, showed him, and he just copied and pasted.
Okay.
But when it's something like that, like that's your
That's
not much
understandable.
up for like the what is it, like depiction or what the fuck it is?
Debate.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
All that.
Yeah.
A B C D E, yeah, all that. But like, there's not much. Like, there's not much to change about. Like, you can't like as an artist like, oh, I'm gonna change this up. I'm gonna add color here. Like, no, like this is what it is. You know.
Yeah,
But you still trust your artist to do it. Like,
Yeah, because I came in and I said, this is what I want a picture of. Make this, put this here.
Yeah.
But that's
I don't know what the fuck
super
the picture
specific.
means either.
So my big question to you is like, do you think it's easier for a job? I'm gonna go with job because like coming from a client, do you think it's easier for somebody giving you strict parameters or allowing your creativity to flow?
I think definitely letting the creator like just because if you want me to make a flyer, yada yada yada, like if I use a font that you may not necessarily have chosen, and you're just like, no, I hate it. It's like, well, it probably is better for the flyer than the one that you were thinking in your head. Because a friend of mine, he was just doing like, he had some poster that he just made for a client, and she went and edited it all together, and she edited it on her phone, and it's like, you're not really the professional here. It's like, well, and she changed so much stuff where it got to the point where it was like, why'd you even hire him in the first place if you already knew what you wanted? True. So it's like,
why wouldn't you just copy and paste it from your fucking Microsoft Word?
Yeah.
And fucking
Ask me if you already know what the fuck you want.
Yeah, so it's like, if you knew exactly what you wanted to make and how you wanted to make it, why'd you not just do it yourself? True. So I think I would personally like if a client gave me kind of full creative reign within certain parameters. I'm not gonna go if you're not like, all right, I want XYZ. I'm not gonna go off the rails and do some other shit.
Give you a generalized idea.
Exactly. Like I'm gonna be within the parameters that you give me. Like if it's like a kids party, I'm not gonna make it like some
death metal.
Yes, like death metal horror
yeah.
type shit. Like I'm gonna keep it within
There's some emo kids out there though.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean that's
maybe.
true.
Shout out Stub Bells.
It's not a phase, Mom. It's who I am.
God, I said that so much. Fuck.
Did you have the hair that kind of?
I did. All right. No. I was thinking about dyeing it black too because I hated.
One eye?
Dude, I hated my hair when I was growing up. It was bad, man.
That's because mine was falling out. So
I mean, well, that's different. Mine was luscious and gorgeous and kind of how it is now. But I wanted it to be black because I hated everything.
Luscious.
Dude, do
So
you?
luscious.
Good luck, all right? I'm a fucking dummy,
I'm a big
okay?
advocate. You can't say a word if you can't spell it. Okay.
All right, well, you can't say half the words that you say then.
Wait.
I can. Okay.
He can't say the half of the words that he says.
I'll say
So
the
he
shit
can't
out of
spell
anything.
Yes.
All right.
Anyways.
Supercalifragilistic.
Bet. I would love to hear you try to spell that shit. I think you can get super. That's about it.
Hell yeah, Mary.
Shout out
Poppins.
Jeopardy.
But I think the big thing that I want to get across is like the creativity level of most people Like you really need to go to if you really want to get involved with an artist, whether they're a tattoo artist, a photographer, a painter, or something like that, and you want to get something commissioned, is like be open minded. Like that's probably the biggest thing I want to stress is be just completely open minded, because what you have in your head is probably not exactly what you want.
Yeah.
And I think that the artists, I'm not saying every artist, but like most artists will know what looks a little bit better than other things.
Because that's their profession.
Yeah.
Like, and I hate to keep going back to like tattoos, but like, I come to you with an idea.
Though, like you know tattoos.
That's
right?
all. That's like, I'm not an artistic person. I can't draw a straight line to save my fucking life. It looks like a heartbeat if I draw a straight line. Like, if you trust, if you got to do your research and look at that person's work. You know what I mean? To like do the research on that person's work, see what like their catalog is or whatever the fuck you want to call it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then if that suits what you feel like you want, then you come to them with an idea and be like, hey, this is my idea. If I want this type of product, what do you think? Because that's their profession. Like, that's what they do for a living. They've done it hundreds of times. So they know, like, what's going to look good if you want this. Or, like, for the tattoos, like, on this body part, at this angle, like, this, like, this part of your arm or something like that. Like, this isn't going to work. We need to, like, change it like this. Change the size a little bit. Like,
they have their perspective.
Exactly.
That most people don't see.
That's their profession. Like, that's their eye.
Yeah, it's the eye. That's exactly what I was going to say is the eye.
That, and you want your tattoo to be unique.
Exactly.
Correct, yeah.
Or you
you don't want cookie cutter tattoos.
I'm getting a tramp stamp.
Weird. But I mean, bringing it back to the creative nature is like, so you're looking, you're a photographer. Mm-hmm. Like at the very tip, like you love photography and you want to keep progressing in photography, mm-hmm. Correct? So, but you're also dabbling in graphic artistry, correct? So how far along are you in graphic artistry? Like how many years? Like what have you done to kind of progress yourself in graphic artistry?
But really it came down to just like in college and stuff, just making flyers and stuff, trying to like make money and stuff like that. So like I literally only learned Photoshop just to be able to make flyers to make money. Because, you're in college, you're broke.
Well, people hit you up, though, like, for your...
Yeah, I mean, that's the only reason why I learned. Because basically...
But that's dope, though. That's a cool hustle, though.
Yeah, it's the reason... It's literally how I learned.
And it's a legal hustle, like, that's...
Yes.
I respect that, like... I just respect that, like, that hustler mentality, like, if you're good at something, you know what I mean? Like, just grind on it, like, and make money and, like, hustle on that.
Or
you
learn something to help you along.
It got to the point where it was, like, the second and third person asked me, like, yo, you do flyers? And I was like, no. And I'm like, fuck, like, like the fourth person that asked, yes, I do flyers.
Yo, you gonna pay me, though? Yeah, alright, I got you.
They all were trying to pay me, but I was just like,
Words out now, like.
Yeah, no, I don't do flyers, and it's like.
Do you think that's more of like a pride for your craft at that point? Because like, that was a good one.
Nice one. Nice.
Like so being a photographer, mm-hmm. like foremost, right? Like that is your primary like hobby, right? And that's who you want to progress in. So having somebody come out and ask you for flyers and ask you to do like the graphic design aspect, does that kind of
like diminish?
Yeah, does it diminish like your creative nature and you're just like, fuck, I don't want to do this shit anymore. Like I want to go in and I want to do my photography. I want to get recognized for my fucking photography.
Well, it's gotten to that point now, okay. But in college it was like we're all fucking broke. If you can pay one person to do the flyer, shoot the event. Yeah. And do the videography for the event, then that's kind of like you saving as much money at once because we're all broke college.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
You gotta get that hustle.
Yes, and then eventually it got to the point where I'm like, rather than having you pay 3 other people, I want you paying me for all of those things.
Yeah.
So
oh yeah, why are you gonna like?
yeah, exactly. So like it got to the point
If you
to where
can do it and make the money for it, like why the fuck you gonna pawn it off to someone else like when you need the money?
exactly. So it got to the point to where I'm learning these crafts just to be able to survive from like day to day. So that's literally the only reason why I know like Photoshop and Final Cut Pro and stuff now was because other people had asked me to do jobs because videography isn't my passion, nor is like making flyers. There are other people who that's their passion. And that's not my passion. My
So,
passion
What
taking
is your
photos.
passion?
Taking photos.
So do you think that your videography is going to help your photo, like your photography at all? Like especially when it comes to like editing. And, and getting that.
Definitely when it comes to like structuring and framing and all of that stuff, because you can tell a story with your photos, especially if you have like a series that you're trying to do, and kind of telling like drawing out a photo series and a videography scene are kind of the same thing. Basically, where instead of me taking a picture of you at a park bench with somebody and then at a park bench alone, that will tell a story rather than me like recording you at a park bench with somebody, you guys get into an argument and then they walk away and then you're at a park bench alone.
So it's a little more like reading into into the photography more than just explaining it outright.
Yeah, so
it's kind of telling a story without telling a story.
Yeah, it's like you definitely,
which is definitely an art.
Oh, absolutely.
Like that's like a talent, like for sure.
Absolutely.
Like, being able to do that, you know what I mean?
it's like
capture that,
filling the lines, essentially.
So where are you going from here? Like, where do you want to see yourself in the next 5 years with your photography and stuff?
Post Rona.
I have a question too, like to add on to like what you just asked, like is that like a? I feel like too, like is that like a as you get bigger and like more like maybe more like
well known.
Huh?
Like well known and popular.
Yeah, that too, but like also money to where like you can buy the equipment you need to like get to where like you want to be. Is that a part of it too?
Yeah, it's like money is a huge barrier as to why like a lot of people don't even get into photography or videography, whereas basically like there's a financial barrier where you need to get. Some people wanted to get into like drone videography, drone photography, and drones alone cost like a few $100s.
What's the difference though between like just like camera like stuff, like straight camera stuff to like drone? Like what's the difference like money wise? Like for like good to like basic to like
like with the drone, you have a drone and then you also have a camera attached to the drone.
Okay.
So it's even more of a financial barrier where you have to have a drone that's large enough to pick up whatever camera you have.
So you gotta
depending on the quality.
Yeah.
You gotta deal with the quality aspect of whatever camera you're gonna be using and stuff like that.
You always need the right lens.
Yeah.
Always.
And it's like
2.5 zoom. But do you just use camera, right? Or do you use drone also?
I don't know how to use a drone yet.
Okay.
But
is that something you're looking forward to investing your time in?
Not really for financial reasons. I just want to learn how to fly a drone. I just feel like that's really cool.
You're respect. 100%
yeah,
respect.
I feel like it's just cool to do.
So leading into the drone like aspect of videography or photography, I have a friend back home. That's what he's gotten into, but he does it for real estate.
That seems genius.
I've seen that too, because you can take like overhead view of the
Aerial
property
shots. Yeah.
Yeah,
the
that's
property.
literally-
See the property lines
especially
and all
too,
that.
like now,
Yeah.
like in the Corona times, like you don't do a lot of shit in person. So
you can do a lot
see,
of
like,
virtual tools.
tours.
Yeah.
Virtual
That's a big
tours.
thing.
Yeah.
Tools.
Tours.
Yes.
You
that
fuck.
one. Yeah. But yeah, he's gotten pretty hot and heavy into that.
Yeah, it's like honestly where the money's at is with like real estate photography and stuff like that, where you're taking pictures of rooms, houses, backyards, aerial shots, just like with drones and stuff like that.
On your bigger properties.
Yeah, but the one thing that I don't really like, you make money off of it, but there's not a whole lot of artistic, like,
leeway.
Yeah, leeway, because it's like,
it's just
hey, can you take a picture of my kitchen? You're not gonna be like putting filters and shit on a kitchen. It's like
cut and dry. Like,
exactly. Like a kitchen is a kitchen.
That's where it's almost handcuffed at that point. Where you're trying to be creative, but at the same time you're like, well, I have to do this job, and I have to do it for this exact.
It's like
reason.
it's paying the bills, and that's kind of what
it's just filling a need.
Yeah,
I have a question too, like, cause like being from Los Angeles, like Southern California in general, like I know people out there and stuff. Like, there's a big market for people trying to make it in the industry, like Hollywood in general.
Mm-hmm.
So like people go take pictures of people like modeling up in the canyon, trying to, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that something that you think about too, like regionally? Like, you're restricted to, like, in certain regions of the country, like, you're restricted to stuff, you know what I mean? For certain aspects, like out in California, like, there's that big industry of, like, Hollywood.
Yeah, it's just like in California and like New York, where in California you got people trying to get on Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
In New York, you got people, or not Broadway. In New York, you got people trying to get on Broadway, and then in California, you got people trying to get on like the silver screen,
trying to
get an acting gig.
Yeah, true.
Regardless of what it is, and it's like everybody's trying to make it, regardless of whatever their desired industry is. So it's I feel like as a creator, that's like not directly trying to get in there, you kind of have to like. I think it's smartest to not live in either of those places and fly in, do your work, get out.
True.
Just
take the opportunities as they come.
Yeah, because I think it's cheaper. Like, I feel like that you would end up saving and making a lot more money. Let's say you're just like a random guy in like like Arkansas or something, and you fly to New York for a week, fill in as much appointments as you can, headshots, photo shoots. Like anything, and
just
then
basic as many jobs as possible.
Then fly back home, edit them,
just to get your
push them out to the people.
There, like,
fly back to LA, do people's headshots, photo shoots, yada yada yada. Go back home, push them out to all the people that you need, but you're not paying LA or New York rent.
So my big thing with that is like that seems to me, especially when it comes to your creative prowess. And like trying to get your name out there is like that seems almost like a check mark. Like that's your box. You're check marking it. You're making your money on your basic items. But like, would you rather do hey, go here, do your headshot, go here, do your fucking modeling, your house, whatever, in those two areas, or would you rather just go on your own and try to like create your own path? Do you think that's more difficult to create your own path than to just kind of follow in line with everybody else? I mean, like there's not really a distinguishing factor between you and Joe Smo in LA trying to fucking do your shit.
Yeah,
and also too, like, people make it in both ways. So it's like, it's hard to like say, like, I don't know, like, go back to you, but like, I think like as an outsider perspective, like, you almost have to like pick what you want to do and just stick to it, like.
Which is kind of my original issue was I was trying to do photography, videography, graphic design, creative consulting, basically where you become like a jack of trades and master of none.
So you're trying to do it all,
yeah,
just to get a job,
which ends up hurting you rather than just like, this is what I do. I can do the other things, but this is my thing, and you kind of can hone in and focus. Like, nobody's asking Tom Brady to line up behind a quarterback and run it up the hole.
What? He's got a great 40 speed. 6'8".
That is the worst.
Yeah, so basically it's like, if you're... The thing that kind of took me a while to understand was if you're great at what you do, people aren't going to ask you to do something else.
True.
And
like, your product speaks for itself.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So it's like, if... if what I'm trying to do is be great at my thing, it only will hurt myself if I'm trying to be great at 20 other things at once, rather than, all right, I'm gonna master this thing, then master that, rather than I'm gonna try to master everything at once, because that's just not realistic for anybody.
But don't you think, because then like you hear like some workspaces or jobs, like people say like you need to be proficient at all these little different things, right?
Yeah.
But then like in some jobs, like speaking about this, like if you need to be like, you need to master what you're good at and then branch out after that. Like master the art of something and then branch out after that, after you get down something high quality at a high, like, you know, proficient rate or whatever.
So what I want to know is like, if you're gonna be mastering a single, you know, profession or something like that. So what if you do all this time with mastering a single profession? Let's go with photography. Mm-hmm. Say you master your photography, you don't get any headway. Not saying that you're not good enough. Not saying that your product's not bomb.
But you just might not get that opportunity.
Correct. But what if another opportunity comes along, say graphic design, mm-hmm. and it opens a door to allow you to show your photography.
Do you like switch roles?
Yeah. Would you rather switch roles and to try to master something else before you go for your primary role, or would you stick with your primary role to try to keep that out? Like I think that a lot of creators are struggling with this now, trying to figure out what they know what they're passionate about, but they don't know what they're going to be able to market to the public.
And thrive off of and profit off of.
And make a living. Like, I think ultimately
that's what it comes out to.
Yeah, it does. It comes out to trying to make a living and trying to, you know, get your stuff out there and, you know, make a buck. Like, that's the big thing.
Yeah, it gets very tricky. Because, like, once you... Like, if you get to the point to where, like, all right, I'm a master video editor. And then somebody's like, hey, can you take these photos for me? You're not going to kind of just be like, tilt your nose up. No, I'm a video editor. Do you know what I do? Like, I'm Yeti. It's like, no, like,
agreed.
I'm going to like that right to do that almost like.
I mean, you could. I mean, if you're just off, like, well enough to do that, like, you can turn your nose away at jobs.
But if you're still on, like, the come up and stuff like that. Like,
if you're a normal guy trying to make it, like, you're not gonna
it doesn't really make
blow
sense
an opportunity, right?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to just literally, because one, you're turning away you're a video editor, you're turning away this graphic designer photography job, or something else job, and so-and-so's best friend could be looking for a photographer or video, something that you think is your niche, but because you've kind of burned that bridge of that initial person, they might not even like recommend you to somebody else to do XYZ. Mm-hmm. So it's a very like precarious game that you're playing with like bridges and stuff like that, because there are some bridges that you want to burn because they are not good people, and anybody associated with them you don't really want to be associated with.
You just get like that vibe or like that reputation off of people.
Yeah, it's interesting, especially with the whole lot of stuff that's been going on the past few years. Like there are people that like I've seen and like, I'm glad that I did not work with you, because
So talk about that, because I think there's a lot of up and coming, you know, creators, especially, you know, on this platform, YouTube, like a lot of upcoming creators, a lot of upcoming photographers, you know, painters, stuff like that, and there's just creators in general.
I feel like that even goes into like podcast, talk show, anything like content creators. Like
what would you as you know, a creator for many years, like what would you know suggest that a person would do to kind of progress themselves and try to better themselves for their ultimate goal of what they're trying to achieve?
I'd say that if you enter for the wrong reasons, to just go ahead and get out now. I'm not even.
If your heart's not in it.
Yeah, or not. I would say if your heart's not in it. Like, let's say you're becoming a rapper only to get girls. Or if you're only becoming a videographer just to get guys. Like, if if you're literally only in it for the like
Hey, do boo boo.
if you're only in it for like the possible like
Or
like the
like the materialistic stuff that comes with it almost. Like,
I don't want to say just materialistic because
or even like the short term.
Yeah,
the short term is
That's a
I
good
think
way to put
more realistic is like the short term gains.
Right.
Yeah, so it's basically just like,
That's a good one.
because I can't tell you how many photographers or videographers that I've seen that are like, oh yeah, I'm only doing this to try to get girls, models that to like be able to like talk to or have sex, yada 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 with. And like it worked for that time being, but then like what are they doing now?
I was about to say, does that actually make it a passion
Pussy?
for them?
No,
Like that's the
it's
big
not a
thing.
passion.
Like,
It's a facade.
yeah, correct.
Where
And that's-
basically,
There's an end game.
yeah,
But also,
Yeah.
love, that's
For
your
the moment.
hustle. Dude,
like I mean that's up to you,
but
but
you're not also.
don't portray yourself
You're
as
not
a
an artist or
creative.
a creator.
Yeah, don't create.
yeah.
Project
at
yourself
that
as a creative.
point,
to-
you're definitely like
trying to
an
ride that
actor
train,
more than
like-
anything else.
Yeah, you're
Correct.
trying to ride that wave. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, because there have been a few people that I've met that are just like, yeah, I only did this photo series to try to get girls. I only did this photo series to try to, get more guys to talk to me, yada, yada, yada. And it's like, yeah, it's just like, it's not real. Basically, you can't really consider yourself a creative or this is my passion if like your only end game isn't really like self-satisfaction. Your only end game is to get
is
like,
material items.
yeah, to
Like,
get other people to like you.
But I think like too, like that comes out like eventually, like in the like. I don't know. I think most people can like, you can eventually you'll read through that. You know what I mean? Like.
So you can tell
You'll
that
see,
somebody's
like, where
being
your heart's
fake.
at or something like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
So you can tell somebody's being fake, and
Yeah.
and
like
the fact
this is
that they're
really
not.
this is really your passion
Yeah,
or not. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah. I think the big thing with being a creative is not really. I found this out a lot is not really caring what other people start to think. Like if you really want to come out and try to make something that somebody will purchase or buy or something like that, that will eventually come if you're good enough. Like, but if
You gotta put in the work to
correct, yeah, you have to put in the work. You have to be a master of your craft. You have to
grind.
yeah. You have to put in your grind. You have to figure out exactly what you want to do, and you have to portray yourself in that way. Otherwise, like nobody's going to take you seriously. And I think that if you do that, eventually there will be something to come of it.
Exactly.
You will get a break. You will get your your one shot or something like that, and you need to take it. But
Yeah,
I think it's difficult for people to see because it takes a while. Like
Yes.
not everybody does.
Yeah, so
It's not the same for every single person.
No, not at all.
everything,
At all.
each situation is different. Like, True.
Like how long
Very
how long
true.
have you been doing photography?
800 years.
Shit, it's been a few now just because like I was doing it in like high school yearbook and stuff like that.
Okay.
Then like college for a while, so it's been a solid like 6-7 years or so now that I was really like I really like doing this. Like I can do this, and I'd say 6-7 years since I started doing it, and I'd say like
When were you passionate though? Like when did you know that like this was like
I'd say
this was something that you really wanted to develop and become better at?
I'd say like
400
I'd say like 2016
Okay.
is really when I was like
So it's been like 4
But
years.
see, that's
Yeah.
a grind. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
You
But
did
that's
it-
when
you
you
did it.
noticed too.
because also I was gonna ask you something because like looking at the pictures like on your Instagram and stuff like that. Shout out Creative Lazarus. But like you like how do you get people to like the things you take pictures of and stuff like that, or like the people you take pictures of, like is that just like your friends or like people that you come across, or like
Usually they're complete strangers because it's like what I was doing before was, hey, like this post if you want your portrait taken today, and then like my friends would retweet it or repost it, and then people would message me, people I didn't always know, and then that day I'll meet them for the first time and then take their portrait and stuff like
That's how you get the word out.
Yeah,
that's dope. The
Word of mouth.
Yeah, it's basically
retweeting.
That's like we used to talk about, like growing, like for what I used to do. Like your product speaks for itself.
Yeah, it's.
I'm just being honest, but if you're in, like, you sell drugs, right? Like if your product is good, no, but I'm being honest. So like, because it's real, like if the product you put out as a photographer is high quality, it speaks for itself. So people want that product.
Yeah.
So like it attracts that clientele. Like, so people hit you up. Your name gets out there, like, locally and stuff like that, so people want to, like, work with you.
So, like, drug dealers, like, they're straight up creatives. I love it, dude. I fucking love it, dude. They are.
It's not wrong, though.
Like, think about it. Like, you have to become a household name, and you have to, like, you have to put your shit out there. I'm being serious,
yeah,
like, 100%.
Because, like, it sounds like that's what he's, like, you know, like, locally, like, this is my product, like, you know, like, I build up my name, like, locally, and it spreads word of mouth and stuff like that, and then you get, like, word of mouth, you get more and more people that, like, you bring in, you know, as a clientele.
No, yeah, 100%. That mentality,
which is dope, like, because that's how you spread, like.
It generates across multiple platforms.
Yeah.
It really does.
And it works for, a number of different shit. Like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's...
Couldn't figure out how to spell that?
What's going on here?
Pulling up some pictures.
Pulling up the Instagram.
Yeah. It was definitely up there already. Press X a few times, or backspace, like...
Definitely follow him if you're a fan. You know?
Quite a bit.
Show some respect.
A few more times. It's just an all-black screen. There it is. Oh, yeah.
Shout out to the lefty swinging that back.
Yeah, no.
Alright, so scroll through some of those.
It's good.
Yeah, no, so like...
Also, can we talk about some of the YouTube videos?
Sure. Like, I'm definitely down. Like, the short... Like, scroll up. Down a little tiny bit. The girl in the yellow. Scroll up. Middle. That one. She was in Beyonce's newest movie just now.
Can you make it bigger?
Yeah.
So
if you click it,
see?
tap it, then tap her name. She was just on Beyonce's like newest movie and stuff like
We're
that.
We're gonna have to zoom. Shout out to all the blind people out there.
Yeah, no, but no, there are a few of my friends where basically they like but no, it's just a whole
She's pretty.
yeah, no, it's
I'm back.
I've had some technical difficulties.
What's going on over here?
It's hard to click, you know.
I edited that one on my iPad actually with like my finger. I took that picture at a house party years ago, and then those two little color lines I did that on my iPad.
Looks dope.
What kind of filter you got on that?
I can't remember. It was
But just like a normal fucking...
yeah, like I just took the
stock
picture
filter.
and then I just was just thinking about stuff, and I think that yeah.
So, most of these pictures that we're seeing, what was the, I guess, inspiration for them?
Well,
Were they random? Were they just by chance? Were they what? How'd you come about it?
A lot of the black and white ones I took during a like if you scroll up like scroll down a little bit on the right side. Yep, right there. Click that one. That one, if you click through the little photos that I have there, because there's a few of them, I took that during like a series that I took while I was like on campus and stuff like that. And basically each day I would be like, hey, who wants their portrait taken today? And people would like the post, so I would message them, and then basically from that point on, whoever messaged me that day, I would go out my way to try to find them that day, and we would try to meet up. Then I would take their portrait. Then a few of the other ones I took during like music festivals and stuff like that. Just throughout the years, like as time has gone on, just trying to be trying to be diligent, and like, cause I have ideas that I want to get out. So
what's your main inspiration when you do go out and you you take all right. Well, when you take photos and you look for something that you want to, portray in a collection or something like that, like right now, like what is your main inspiration?
Usually not really. Like if all three of you guys were at random places and then I took photos of all of you guys, I would start having a conversation with you guys first. And then as we're literally talking, I'm taking photos the entire time. And while I'm taking photos, we're still having a conversation, which a lot of them that you'll see are literally like mid-conversation, me talking with people.
Just more candid.
Yeah, like if you scroll through, like a few of them are literally like people laughing mid-conversation. Basically where you'll see just people that I met for the first time that are having a conversation and are laughing, smiling, joking, and things like that. Because like a lot of people, people say off guard, candid, yada 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 on Instagram and stuff like that. But if you're genuinely laughing and smiling, there's no way to really fake that. Like you can't fake a laugh.
Right.
Or a real laugh, I guess I'll say.
Yeah. If you're feeling the moment and you happen to be there for the moment.
Yeah. So like
capture it.
So like while I'm taking these photos, I'm literally snapping off just the entire time. And then I won't even look at the photos. I'll glance at the photos to make sure that the lighting is correct. But I'm not looking back at the photos until after the person is long gone and I'm looking at them on my laptop or something like that.
So, would you say you have an eye for that, or it's at random?
At this point, yeah, I guess I'll probably say I have an eye for it because
you've been doing it for a while. You know what to look for.
Yeah, and like I don't know. I'm not gonna start taking photos too early, where I can tell somebody's uncomfortable or they're just like, trying to warm up or something like that. Once you get like a few laughs out of the person and we're laughing and joking and stuff like that, then that's when I will start to really kind of get into like taking the photos, like snapping off a whole lot, because then that's kind of where the content starts, and that's where that really starts me looking. That's kind of where I go from just having a conversation mode to me going into photographer mode. Right. Even though we're still having a conversation, now I'm switching over from we're just like friends or strangers having a conversation into me taking a photo for 1 to 2 minutes, and then in those 1 to 2 minutes I'll get the shot, and then from that point on, then that's when we're just still having a conversation, and I'm just seeing if I can get like just a little bit extra out of it. But but generally it's usually just me having a conversation with somebody, and then knowing that eventually that shot's gonna be there eventually.
It's building off of that.
Exactly, because a lot of people end up being very very like tight and stuff.
Conservative.
Yeah, and you can see that when you're having a conversation with somebody where they're kind of elbows tightened in, and if you took a photo with that, it's not really natural. It's not really who that person is. Talk for a while, figure out who they are, what they like, joke, laugh. Don't even have like your camera up and stuff like that. They're laughing and joking, and then that's when you're like still talking, having a conversation, but you slowly bring the camera in, and then now you're taking photos and stuff like that.
So I think that's the most real type of photography that you can do, is just that candid that relaxed every day when you're just talking with them and happen to capture that moment.
Because everybody gets nervous. Everybody gets nervous when there's a camera in front of them. No matter how beautiful they are or how ugly they are, everybody's like, oh, you know, I'm self-conscious, yada, yada, yada. It's like the girl or guy will have like 100,000 followers who are literally adoring them. And it's like, it's just, yeah, like everybody feels self-conscious, which is natural. So,
You're right.
yeah.
Speaking of, let's talk about women.
And how beautiful they are.
Hey.
So
Shout out females.
So let me talk to.
If you don't have an Adam's apple, shout out you.
Oh damn!
Even if you do, you're still beautiful. But
Not for us. Anyways, so we want to segue, and what I want to talk about is basically a lot of guys don't understand how to talk to women.
Stuff.
Right? So it's fucking nerve-wracking, right?
It's an art.
So it is. It absolutely is. And that's where, the creative aspect comes into this whole spiel.
Hey, yo, baby. You wanna get a drink?
Yeah, that right there, not a fan of that. Don't have the balls to do that in public. So, I want to ask you, how many times or how many opportunities have you had when it comes to showing your creative side or being put on a job?
I say showing your junk.
No, showing your creative side and trying to actually make a move on a girl that may or may not show interest in you. How would you know? How would you start that conversation?
I guess I've kind of had good luck where I'll say that I'm not I guess it comes down to where if I like you or I think that I like you, one, I want to go out and have I want to go out and have an actual conversation with you away from all distractions or anything like that. Your friends or my friends,
just one-on-one.
Yeah, one-on-one, let's go get a sandwich and some fries or something like that. It's hey man, it doesn't matter. Cuban, anything like that. So basically, it's that was kind of where I'm at, where it's let's go on I guess you could call it a date, but I really it's kind of just prelims. I just want to figure out if I if you're worthy of me pursuing or not.
So you're basically putting them through a test.
Yeah.
At that point, right?
Yeah, where it's kind of so
right. Every
it's
first
like a filler, feeling out.
Yeah, it's you feeling me out, not feeling you out.
So do you think that especially in a lot of situations, it's more of you see a girl, right? Mm-hmm. Not many of us have prior interaction with them, right? How would you go across portraying that you may or may not
have
want to pursue them, or want to find out if they're worth going after?
If you're interested in them.
Yeah.
It ends up being
is it more of you have to just have the nuts to nut up and go up to them and be like, look, I want to know if this is gonna happen?
It depends.
What does it depend on though?
Depends on the situation, the time and place. Where you're at, the location you're at, the environment you're at, who you're around.
Okay, what? So your ideal way to approach a woman or somebody you're interested in,
with help.
you think with help?
I'm not honestly personally speaking I'm not good at approaching a woman and sparking that. But once, if I get introduced to you, once that the ice is broke,
then you're good.
I'm good.
You feel comfortable.
I can talk with you. I can conversate with you and stuff like that. But I don't have the fucking nuts to walk up to you and just out of nowhere that risk. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you think it's more of just a rejection aspect, or do you think it's more of like I don't know what to say in the moment? Because for me, I am terrified of being rejected. Right. So like somebody comes up to me, like even like let's talk like friends and stuff like that. If I really wanted to talk to somebody and just try to make friends with somebody, I don't know how to spark a conversation to kind of, say, hey, I want to hang out with you. I have no fucking clue who you are, whether it's male, female, whatever. Like, just to be friends. Just to be friends.
Oh, okay.
Like, just trying to, like, spark any sort of conversation. Like, unless I know or I overhear, like, I assess the situation that we're in. Like, I don't feel like I don't know what to fucking say.
Yeah.
Like, especially when it comes to women, because like women, to be honest, they fucking terrify me. I've had shitty experiences.
Well, too, like if you're interested in that person, like you don't want to fuck it up. So like for me personally, like that fear, like I'm a shy person at heart. If I don't know you, like male or female, if I don't know you, like I don't talk to you, I don't have nothing to do with you.
Do you think it's a first impression thing? Like you have to make a good first impression, otherwise you you don't feel confident.
Yeah. I think so, because that's a big part of it. Like, if you fucking start off looking like a jackass, like your odds aren't good. Like, she's gonna look at you and be like, "Who the fuck is this girl?" Like, you know what I mean? But also too, you don't know, because like some girls, like if you stumble over words or something like that, like they might be like, "Oh, he's cute."
That's so cute.
Like,
It's like, "Oh, he's nervous."
You know what I mean? Like he's like into me or something like that.
Okay,
like,
yo, straight up, never had that happen in my life. Every time I fucking talk to somebody and start stumbling over shit, they have 100% rejected.
That's why you throw a headbutt.
But like straight up, like I don't understand.
And that's scary. Like
it
once
is.
You've had that.
It's
feeling,
awful.
That rejection feeling, like you don't ever want that again.
Yeah,
but
it's awful.
But I'll also say that it kind of like.
I don't know if it's Chucky. Like,
but I think that nothing will sting as bad as the first rejection.
Well, that's the thing is how many times you're gonna get first rejected.
I'm sensitive.
Yeah,
I've been rejected. Yeah. I've been rejected first time from many women.
I've been rejected a lot too, and I think it comes down to where it's like, it really depends, because if it's the same way that you're getting rejected off of the same like play, I guess I'll say, you're just gonna toss that play out of the playbook. Like, listen, like that just isn't it. Like,
run up the middle.
Yeah, like we're not running up the middle anymore. We gotta
Hail Mary down the
we gotta try
field.
some quick slants or something, deep post, anything like
that. Give and go. Shaq stuffed us 4 times in a row. We're not running it.
Exactly. So I'm just like I don't know. I feel like that. One, I've seen, especially on like Twitter and stuff, like. Women hate rejection. Like women will be mortified to make a move just off of the idea of being rejected. No matter how many times men have been rejected at all, like they're just like, yeah, I don't want to be told no at all for anything like that. Yada yada yada. Which kind of surprised me, because I'm like, who's really telling women no? Like, because
that's I don't know.
Guys are thirsty.
In. Yeah, I mean, so my big thing is like
they are.
Like how many times have you had a woman ever come up to you and tell you that they're interested in you, and then you go from there? Like I personally had it one time.
Go ahead.
Just about every single relationship I've been in.
All right, big dog.
Shit.
Has been.
Someone's swinging a big stick.
I've never had to initiate conversation.
God damn! So you're just like Mr. Self-Confidence over here.
No, North Pole over here from
not at all.
Wait, did they?
Got an anchor for a dick.
Did they come up to you and initiate it, or was it like a long drawn out play out where you didn't come in to like make the initiation, and then they were like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna do it."
It's been both.
Okay.
It's been both.
A big one for me is like it starts off like you're off somewhere, like someone knows someone, and you're with someone
And like co-signs for you.
yeah,
Yeah.
like hey, you should talk to my boy. Like,
it's almost like a vetting process where
or
they're
like,
just like,
it's just
hey,
a group meets a group,
Yeah.
and you're like, hey, my group knows your group. Like, let's get together and chill, and then I know your group. So like, if that worked, like, then I can start talking to a female, like, cause like, hey, so and so knows so and so, so like, you know, we're kind of associated with each other, so like, what's going on, like, you know, and I can do that, but like, I cannot, for the life of me, I cannot just like randomly approach a woman and like break the ice. It's fucking, it's terrifying for me because I'm a shy person. Like,
100%.
and
All
if
right.
you reject me, I'm front flipping off the second floor. I'm terrified. Like, it's
See,
terrifying.
they might like that. The front flip.
Yeah, they might
might like that.
come
I'm
after
not
you.
saying I'm
Yeah.
gonna land it,
Hey,
but it's terrifying.
the attempt. The attempt. That's all
Yeah,
it is.
but that's
really.
not good for
It's the
me.
attempt.
My health insurance. That's terrifying.
I pay for that shit.
I'm athletic. I'm the most athletic person in my family. Everybody knows that. But I'm not gonna land on my feet every time. You know what I mean?
So has anybody been in a situation where they've just come out and had a woman just 100% come after them?
Yo.
yeah.
Like
I have.
it's crazy, right?
I have.
It's a fucking
It's a great feeling.
It's a weird experience.
There was nothing
though.
more dangerous
Yeah, it is.
than a woman who
It's-
is 100%
It puts you on
trying
your
to
toes.
get after
I
you.
know, right?
Like-
it freaks you out. Dude, have you ever just sat there and been like, wait a minute, like I don't know if I want to go through this because this shit's crazy,
And she's like, give me
right?
that dick.
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute, I don't understand.
Oh,
Please.
that's weird. That's weird. Nice segue. But yeah, literally yesterday.
What just happened?
Yesterday,
Oh, what?
I had a.
Is that why we couldn't get a hold of you?
That way you were worn out and sleeping today?
We were worried sick.
Yes, that is exactly why. But no, she. We've been talking for 2-3 weeks recently, and she literally drove an hour
Oh, wow.
to see me.
Oh, he is swinging a stick. An elephant trunk. It's an elephant trunk holding water in between his legs. Panther
But no,
tail.
it is. It's weird. It's a weird experience. It's a weird feeling because they're coming after you when you've always heard, oh, you know,
You have to go after them.
Yeah, talk
Yeah.
to women. You know, cater to them. But yeah, it is.
You have to
is.
peacock. It's basically how
Yeah.
it is. Like you have to show your worth towards them, and it's
Right.
weird to have some random or some girl that you know
Right.
come after you and be like, "Hey, this is what I'm about."
Yeah, this
Like
is
I don't
what
think I've ever had it.
It's an interesting
for it.
experience.
I mean, I don't want to pay for it, so we'll talk about your pay-for experiences here in a little bit. But
I mean, all things considered,
How dare you?
like, this is another question, just to put on the floor and just have you guys think about. And every situation, or I won't say every situation, in most situations, is it like a mild form of prostitution in general? No.
I know what
Yeah,
you're
no.
I
I'm
know what
basically,
you're saying.
yeah, I'm basically saying,
You're talking
Yeah.
about
basically where
going
if,
out,
yeah,
paying
going
for
out,
dinner,
you pay for every
come
single
back,
thing.
and then they
You-
feel
Pay for
obligated.
Yeah.
to have
Yeah. Or
a
it's
good time.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's like, oh, he or she took me out to this 5-star restaurant. Shit, I gotta give him some now.
5-star
Or something like
that.
Shit, not here.
You got that Michelin star restaurant you're taking girls out to? Shit, take me out there. Fuck.
No, it's
I know what you're saying.
but yeah, it's just like is that not a form of paying for it?
I
Still?
mean, a little bit, but here's the thing: is like we're 4 dudes sitting in a fucking room talking about this, but like,
I'm gonna touch with my
what's the woman perspective? Like, do you think that like when you do take a woman out to
Find out
dinner, and God damn it, if you ever take a woman out to dinner or you do, you know, quote unquote wine or dine her, like, do you feel that like it's more of a push on her side to, you know,
Like how they feel about it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, have you ever thought about that when you're out on either a date or something like that?
Or do you feel?
About how I'm spending cash.
Do you expect it?
Honestly, I don't.
You don't.
But
I don't
yeah,
either.
Yeah, because it's like where I know that there are guys that do. And I don't know if this kind of no, like no,
You
like,
had that double cheeseburger though.
Yeah, no, it's
You had it, Max.
it's just kind of
kidding?
weird because like back in like college or whatever, like where if I'm going out with a girl and then I like bring her back to like my dorm or whatever, it was kind of like fucking like.
Classy.
Like, yeah, like Mariano in the fucking 9th or 8th. You already know that shit's fucking closing out. Like you know he is about to close out.
Hop on my full bed.
So it was a twin full. Twin full, you know, classy.
That's rough.
But it basically was like,
Watch the feet.
like I'm literally actively choosing. I'm actively like, yo, like. We can take you back to your place, yada yada. It's like, no, like let's go back, yada yada yada.
So you're trying to like figure out whether or not she's for it or against it.
I'm trying to keep it like is like
What are you waiting for?
is in her hands as possible. I don't want her like
Feeling like she's obligated.
yeah like
the pressure.
yeah like because I've seen so many guys, especially like with like being like a photographer and stuff like that, where you got guys who are literally like. Fucking creeps. Absolutely creeps. Basically, like, there are so many guys that I know that literally have only done photography only just to try to get girls.
That's crazy.
I mean, because it's like...
That's creepy as
it's
fuck.
it's a female model-dominated industry.
True. Yeah.
So, they use it to try to get girls, an excuse to try to get girls.
My own model for me.
Yeah. Basically, where it's like, if you're a model, it's like, hey... Do you want to pose for me? Yada yada yada.
I can get your name out there.
Exactly, and
like
it's
that.
like
Yeah.
fucking creep. Like get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So basically, what ends up happening is you got all these creeps. So it's basically like, which is why one one of the main things that like I set as like a standard is not to date anybody that I'm shooting.
So no client.
Yeah.
No client personal relationship.
Yeah, because
Okay.
that completely ruins the whole thing where it's like
Straight business.
Yo,
Yeah.
I've 100% ruined that with painting. So whatever. I'm sorry.
because basically it's like if.
Excuse me?
It's like because if you see somebody that you're shooting for and then they see you out shooting them, they're like, oh well, you know they're smashing them, yada yada yada. Yeah, so it ends up being like a slippery slope. So you gotta.
It is. It's rough. It's rough to keep like the two separated.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So.
But like, so I think my biggest question is if
8 inches.
I don't know where that came from, but all right. Good for you.
We're on the 8.
So what is I hate to say this, like, what is your go-to when it comes to trying either a woman that you've never talked to before or like you see randomly and you're like, shit, you know what? I may or may not ever see this girl again. I might as well shoot my shot now. Right?
And make her laugh.
That's your go-to?
That works.
Just try to make her laugh off the bat. You just
Funny
randomly walk up and you're like, hey, knock, knock, who's there?
This
Okay. Okay. Maybe no knock knock jokes.
She's like, that's a light knock.
But yikes.
You're not listening hard enough.
But maybe no knock knock jokes. But something to break the ice.
All right.
That's tough.
All right.
Like,
Like how would you?
It is.
So let's
Is
say
there a mirror in your pocket? Cause I see me in your pants. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are you saying?
what would you say?
That's
Like
tough.
to be honest, like if there was a girl here like
I
right
can't-
now,
I
like
can't
what
do
would
it.
you come up with to just would you make it personal to that specific woman or would you just
100%.
fucking use like a fucking
I just untie her shoe and tie her for her. That's what I do.
what?
I don't know what to like. For me personally, like I'm just kidding, but like
This is what we're trying to learn here.
I can't go up to a female and like just break. I don't know what to do.
All
I
right.
don't
So
have
next
that fucking huevos for it. But
time we
that's
go out.
balls.
Next Thanks for the translation. Next time we go out.
Google Translate.
No. Next time we go out.
Motherfucker.
I'm not going with you.
We will.
Because you're going to put me on the spot.
I will.
I'm scared shitless.
I
I ain't got the balls to do this right
I almost
now.
name drop, but I'm not going to do it. But that's how so-and-so was going to make me do it, and I can't do it.
You will.
All right, so
Enlighten us.
You will. You will.
So enlighten us with
You're
your
older than me,
wisdom.
so you can't threaten me. But that's not
I've been waiting for you to plug that.
The second person tonight.
You're like the only person that can threaten me to do that. Everybody else in here, like, I'm not doing it.
I'm older than all of you except for that guy in the corner. Anyways, but enlighten us. Like what? Like your experiences. Like what would you use on a girl to actually help us out? Because like a lot of us, like we're shitty at this, and without slapping your dick on the table, like what would you do?
That's a love.
No.
I'll just put my love on.
Again, I can only give you my
Personal?
life experience. But
That's fine.
what I've noticed that's worked many a time
Alright, chill out.
for the initial conversation
That experience though. All right.
Relax, alright, cool.
is to make them laugh.
Yeah, 100%.
Because
they feel more comfortable.
they do.
Yeah.
They loosen up.
What
They
kind of
feel.
like explain? Yeah. That's the thing though.
It
It's
doesn't.
like
It doesn't even have to be the most amazing joke in the world, as long as you. It can
Do
be.
you-
It can be something corny.
Okay, well, give me this. Like, do you have
I'm
to?
on Google.
So my biggest thing is like, do you have to have like the confidence? Like,
Yeah.
if you like,
I feel
That-
if the confidence I feel is more
That always helps.
is more
100%.
pressing than the actual like words that you say.
Yeah,
Like, if
the-
you
'cause
actually
if
have
you're
the
confident-
confidence to come up to somebody,
But
I feel
also,
like that
too,
plays out a lot more.
If you're
It will.
confident and you know like what you're saying is corny, but you like you know it's corny, so you roll with it, like
Yeah.
and you go with that corny aspect of it, like that's one thing. I don't
It's
know
like
corny
it's
jokes.
like all right.
No,
I know
yeah,
this is
that-
corny, but
That-
I think you're gonna
Fuck
fuck
it.
with it.
But it's
Yeah.
still gonna
Definitely.
get a laugh. Like you're gonna chuckle. Like, all right, he's corny as fuck.
yeah. But no,
He's
that,
swinging a big stick.
Yeah, it's
The-
1 out of 4 of us.
Not in this corner.
the confidence helps. It does.
I'm
it does.
average in the summertime.
And, God damn. And you can work on that.
How?
You can.
How do you grow?
Fucking
Tie it
Dr.
away.
Miami, like what?
You tie a weight, you let it hang.
You mean working on your confidence?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Like, all right. So my big thing is like, so give me this. So give me this. If you think about it, like, what is? God damn it. So you're talking about working on your confidence, but like, how would you personally work on your confidence? Would you more go
Masturbate
towards
in
the? Would you go towards the not really caring if she says yay or nay, or would you go towards like, I don't give a fuck, I got a big dick and I'm just gonna swing it?
Well, if that's your problem, you don't have a problem.
I
But if
think
that's your issue, like, where am I gonna land this big stick at? This fucking rain fucking maker. What are you doing? That's not a problem.
no,
Like, are you kidding me?
I think
If
that
you don't hit the bag, you fuck the sides up. That's a different issue. Like, what are you talking about? That's a,
I think that the biggest way to like kind of I guess knock the nerves away for like the guy would be to kind of like I don't want to say treat every woman as if she's practice, but essentially if you're only talking to 9s and up, essentially, basically where you're gonna get nervous every single time, but if you're just talking to every single girl like she's a person and you don't really have any intentions with her, because
So you're talking like more
in general, Yeah,
just starting conversation with
Yeah.
women in general.
Yes. Yeah.
In general, trying not to get friend zoned.
Yeah.
Like, fuck us ever.
I'm just saying, like, it's like.
So
if,
work
like,
on your
yeah,
conversational
yeah.
skills more than
Exactly.
trying to hook up with
Exactly,
because
because if you only talk to girls that you want to hook up with, every single girl that you talk with is gonna end up feeling like it's a, I don't say challenge,
awkward.
but it's like it's gonna be awkward because you're like gonna be nervous. But if you're talking to girls that you have no interest even in hooking up with, but you just want to have a conversation with,
You're wasting time. No, I'm just kidding.
it's like
so let me
get
talk
what
to
you're
you like
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
let's talk about personal experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I have.
No.
All right. So I've been scared shitless to talk to a specific woman, right?
Recently?
Yeah, recently.
Oh.
And
Wonder
and
who
I
that might
think
be.
I think that she
Yeah,
may or may
details or-
not be interested, but I don't know, and that's my big thing. It's
Yeah.
like
Does she
it's-
work
fear
out?
of reject. She squat?
so I
Leg press till failure.
So I recently had a conversation with. Have you ever had a conversation with like a door-to-door salesman, right?
Like a fucking vacuum guy?
Kind of, but so
Get the carpet
no.
cleaner?
So get
Get
this.
the
So
fuck
so
out
I
of
had a female, quote unquote, door-to-door salesman who is cute as fuck, right?
Talk about it.
And she worked for Terminex. Right, real awkward.
Don't talk about it.
Whatever. But so she was sitting there talking to me, and like we started going off into like where she was from, where I was from, stuff like that, and like it was just a natural, no intentions
Yeah.
conversation. Right, I could do that all day, but like when it comes to somebody I'm interested in,
But
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
was she trying to sell you something?
No.
No? Okay. All right.
I mean, well, yeah.
Yes?
Ultimately, yes, but
She knock.
to sell Terminex. But I already had a deal with Terminex, so
But-
like it wasn't
but
really
also-
selling anything.
But also, like, when she knocks on the door, that's breaking the ice.
I mean, yeah, but so let's talk about.
Because you approached me, technically. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's true, but at the same time, I was also approached by the other said female that I was interested in, and had a conversation.
Buck up.
And I had no idea what to say. Because to me, I was feeling like
Because
I
you're
was...
interested in that female.
Well, not only that, but like I felt like she was out of my league. Like, have you ever felt like she was... Like, the girl you were talking to was out of your league and you just
100%.
didn't really understand how to go from whatever your league should be to...
I'm a 10-5.
I mean,
That's a lot.
good luck. But all right.
Oh, yeah.
But like have
Caroline.
you...
Not a 10-5.
Rogaine coming in hot.
Shout out Rogaine
Hymns.
sponsor us.
Hymns.
Or hymns, yeah. They
Yeah.
give for erectile dysfunction.
But I don't know how to deal with like dealing with somebody who is out, like to me, who I think who is out of my league. Trying to create a conversation or trying to create something, even though she made the first move. I don't know how to go from there because to me, like I don't know why the fuck she's talking to me. I feel like I'm out of my league, so I don't.
Because
I'm
you
like,
feel like you're not thinking
I'm
on the same
confused.
fucking wavelength. Like,
yeah.
True.
So like, where would you go? Like, what experiences did you have that either were successful or, negative experiences that you learned from?
Yeah, that ends up getting tricky because it's like
Yeah.
when it comes to the whole concept of leagues, where if
If you click, you click.
yeah, and
I mean,
if
that's-
and
But what
Like
classifies as a click? Because to me, like if somebody just like mentions something that they like about whatever you're wearing, let's talk about that. So like if they comment something or they
if it-
compliment you
what
on
classifies
something,
as a click? Probably what you just said. If she initiates conversation.
can you not?
I hate to put you on the spot, but yes. If
so-
if she initiates conversation with you, she has some form of interest.
That can't just be like a normal,
Friendly?
just like
'Cause I
hey,
feel some
like
females will be
legit.
like, how dare you think like we're hitting on you when we're just trying to have a conversation?
Yeah.
But you won't know until you
shot.
try.
Or even like complimenting. Like if
Yeah.
like say I got a fucking fly ass pair of shoes on and somebody's like, yo, those are dope, right? Like what like how do you know that that's more of a hey, I'm interested, or I legit just like your shoes?
Well, I mean, from what I've known about women, they generally, the whole stigma is that women don't approach guys first. In general, women, like, women don't approach guys first. And just at the bar, in just life, even though, like, the whole Bumble's whole thing is, women get to make
first.
get to make the first move because of how unorthodox it is.
Oh, call me Bumble. Because that's the main. I hate to counteract your point, but that's happened to me more than I've had to initiate.
Yeah, I mean,
But
honestly, the same
Apparently,
thing.
you're just a great fucking looking dude. Apparently,
I mean, the same
So,
thing has
fuck
happened to
off.
me because
Apparently, one of us
I
fucking a big dick.
because
That's
I
not even-
because I keep having to keep
he's got a
it
picture of his
within.
cock on fucking Bumble right now.
I was just Tinder profile.
Yeah, no, because like
Fucking
I've had to do the same thing because when it comes to with my craft being what it is and me trying to keep things professional, girls have to be the one to make the first move. Where it's like I'm not like if I'm messaging you, it probably isn't for trying to go out on a date or something
you don't
like that.
you don't want to be that creepy guy.
Yeah,
That creepy
so it's like if I'm
photo.
messaging you, it's probably for photography, unless I literally explicitly state that, hey, I'm trying to take you out on a date. But usually it's usually the girl who's like, hey, can we go to X, Y, or hey, do you want to go out? And then that's usually where I'm like, all right, cool, I will take the reins from here. Yeah, let's go to X, Y, Z. But like generally, usually girls will make the first move. Like you might be in like an anomaly, but usually girls are like, if I'm thinking about the guy, he needs to text me or something like that. Basically, where they're like, oh, if I like your post, that should be enough for you to know that I need that I'm trying to.
It's not.
It's not enough. Do you understand?
Ladies, it is not. It is not enough.
All right, you want to know what's fucked up?
It just makes you fucking not. It makes you lose more sleep at night.
Thinking
like,
wondering,
what do I do?
right?
Does
So
she like me?
you want to know what the fucked up thing? Last relationship I was in, I legit almost had to have her have a sign saying, "Hey, I like you."
Like an outfield sign?
Like an actual written
Home run
sign,
here?
like one of the home run here signs, legit saying, "Hey, dumbass, I'm interested." Like I don't guys nowadays are like,
If
well,
you
I
ever
don't
been
fucking
hurt
know
or something like that, like
Yeah.
you need that
That's the thing.
affirmation, I need that spelled out. Travel here,
Well, see, that's again. I guess I
Oh,
must.
right.
I must. I know. Stop.
contradict everything we're
I hate to say it. I do, but I'll bring it up anyway. I hate to contradict again, but I've been engaged 3 times. They've all ended horribly, but I still don't think negatively.
Why is that though?
Why?
Yeah.
Positivity.
Big stick.
So do you
Big
think that?
You want to give every person a fresh slate and not
I mean that helps. But
base.
He finally admits it.
It can't hurt.
He's got a baseball bat in his pants.
Oh, you got a name?
You know what fucking Roosevelt said? He said, "Talk softly and carry a big stick." That is,
The crippled one?
no, Teddy.
I don't know.
The fucking Rough Rider.
I don't know.
Shit, he might have been
Crippled one.
He was crippled. He had polio.
Yeah.
Fucking fireside chat.
How do you think you slowed down?
He just
What, from slaying? Like what?
Oh, he just dragged his stick. I don't know.
I forgot what we were talking about.
So more of a confidence aspect. Like, even though you've been...
I can't do it.
So even though you've been let down or you've been hurt, like, you might as well just hop back on the saddle. Is what you're pretty much saying.
Yeah.
So even though, like, even though you may not be as confident as you once were, or you have a fear of any rejection at all, like,
Have a shaky hand.
That can be helped.
How would you?
What?
How would you, like? Did you just create that confidence out of nowhere, or did you just say one day you woke up and you're like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna be as confident as possible with the biggest dick I can possibly have"?
Ever seen a gallon bucket disappear out of water? That's how.
Big dick aside.
Yeah.
The confidence.
That's BDE to the fullest. Big dick energy.
And that's the thing.
It's not
Even
wrong.
if you don't have a big dick,
You swing that stick.
that energy.
Yep.
Exactly.
You're right.
It don't
And
matter.
You
it
try to hit a
helps.
home run every time.
It helps.
But how
It
did
does.
you get
It
that?
will.
Like, how did you get that? Because,
I'm a
like,
bunter.
to me, like, yeah, I'm like I hit singles, man. I get on base
I drag
every
bunt.
once in a while.
I drag butt like Ichiro.
Drag to third. Hopefully you make it to first.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to
Let me get a
sprint.
head start. Just
I don't know if it's something learned or something that's natural, but you can bullshit it. You can. I hate to use that word, but you can, and you can make it what you want it to be.
Let me say this though, because this is what pops up in my head. Like, I can fuck the sides up, but like, when it comes to Tinder, right?
Tinder's don't.
I've had
No.
zero.
Don't
I've had zero luck on Tinder and Bumble. Like online dating, I have zero.
Awful.
Yeah,
It's
I've
tough.
I've literally had zero luck on.
It's tough for me.
Shut up.
But but like
Shut up to the
we
dude
have
who has
a
a
real
cock
conversation
picture
over
on
here,
his
please?
fucking
But
No,
but like I said, in person, it's fucking like Mariano Rivera. If it's it's like I'm trotting out of the fucking bullpen. Then
Where do you
it's-
get that confidence though? That's my big thing. Cause like I'll trot out and I'll be at the gym and I'll be like, fuck yeah,
That's a
dude.
tough spot.
I can put a bunch of shit up, right? And then I'll see a girl and I'll be like, oh fuck. I
listen.
don't know what to fucking do.
I know that they have never seen my changeup.
Then you need to find
So
you need to find your environment where you're confident in.
Escape room.
My house.
Your
How do I get a chick over to my house?
Hey, come to my house, babe.
Yeah.
Hey, you want a podcast?
By the way, next podcast is gonna be fitness. You know, we're
We
gonna
need
have
a
girl
female's perspective.
Like
Yeah.
pigtails.
Dark black hair.
Zip down warm ups.
on. Kind of looks like Scarlett Johansson, but like
Scarlett?
hot. Yo, Scarlett.
Hey,
Yo,
hey,
hit me up
hey,
if you want to
Scarjo.
come on.
No,
If
but
you
I'm
want
gonna
to
say,
come on the
man,
podcast,
But like, even like,
I've met her
shut your dirty mouth.
in Turkey.
what? Was she dressed as Black Widow or something?
Way to
Like,
break that up.
I fucked up. But hey, but no, I did. It's all right.
Turn.
Yes. Thanksgiving.
Nice.
It's coming up.
You met her on holiday.
Yeah.
Alright. Makes sense.
You should have said, can I stuff you like a turkey? She might have said yes, and you would be in a completely different place.
She would have seen her
Put you in a chokehold.
your Tinder profile and saw that big dick swinging, and be like, hell yeah.
She's like, oh, you work with elephants. You got a snorkel on.
Are you a whale? Are you part
You
whale?
can breathe underwater. I respect that. No, but I'm gonna say, like, going back to like the Tinder thing or like Bumble, like, if I'll match you with like plenty of like females on Tinder, I don't know what the fuck to say to you to break the ice. I give it to someone, to like help me out.
But like even then though, like breaking the ice is one thing, but like you can't.
I don't know
how to go forward from that.
I can carry on our conversation.
All right. Well, have you hit?
But hold on. Listen to this icebreaker. You have a monkey on your back. Let me pull up the rest. Yeah, that's a bad start. You have a monkey on your back? No.
Wait.
Is your last name Irwin? No. Are you the crocodile hunter? No. Like, what the fuck?
Where are you going with this?
Yeah, I was gonna say like where is this going?
Did you say that to someone?
I didn't write it. Someone else wrote it for me.
Someone set you up in a bad spot.
Yeah.
You need to stop.
We can guess who it is, too.
Must have been you.
It was not me.
No?
100% not in this room.
Yeah, no. It's,
Maybe when I first came to this area.
Wait.
yeah, no. That's
You need to not
that's-
give.
Oh
Yeah,
that
yeah.
makes way more sense.
No more. You need to stop that right now.
Yeah, please stop.
Because in one, if let's say that worked or whatever you said worked, even though we know it wouldn't have, but
100%.
like let's say it worked, and then you end up meeting her in person, it's like she's gonna be expecting that energy, and it's like that's not even you. So I'd say just being real, but then shit, I don't know.
How do you be real?
I haven't
over
had any luck
message?
with Tinder and Bumble.
Yeah,
so
like my big
it's-
thing is like how are you real on like over message? Because like in person, if I meet a girl in person and I get like the intro, it's white. Wait, hold on, is that fucking Jose?
No.
Oh, God damn it, dude, I'm upset.
You know, it's basically just like I don't know. I think that
Damn.
Where's your
What Tinder are
what
you
is your
on?
range?
All right.
Hold on.
Yeah, no, it's basically just like I think that yeah, I just think that if you just start off with just like you.
Case in point.
That's a no-brainer.
Match.
Facts.
What do I put?
That's a fake profile.
Hang on. No.
That 100% is a fake person.
Bet.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's definitely
let
like
the big stick fucking handle it, okay?
oh, that's a big stick handling that account that you're trying to message right now.
No, facts
I
like
like the forehead.
matched.
Yeah, it's basically just like
She's a thinker. I'm an asshole.
No, my biggest thing is like once you like I feel
What do I put?
Good job.
your turn.
That doesn't
Okay.
help.
I matched with her.
What'd you put?
I haven't said anything.
You fucking.
I want you.
Oh. It's a learning experience apparently
It
for the
is.
both of us and it's
Hey.
going terribly.
Young Padawans.
Nice
Fucking
teeth.
awful.
Nice. No,
Yo,
But then-
those are so straight.
but then I'll also ask
No.
when it comes to like
There's a
dating
lot of
apps and stuff
question
like
mark.
that, when you see anybody on there and you guys match and shit like that, do you automatically assume that y'all are just gonna fuck?
Your
Like,
teeth
no.
real?
is that it?
No.
I
That is
don't
added
know.
bonus.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be honest,
you
like
you can't go into it like that.
Yeah.
You can't.
so okay, so my biggest thing is like
Unless
Trying to
they
get my
message
dick
you
wet.
first.
like currently, what are you guys looking for? Like when you guys are actively
Wet dick.
going you guys are actively going after women, correct?
Yeah.
For
I
the
mean,
most part.
I'm not even on Tinder and Bumble right now. I
But
just
for
deleted
the
that.
most part, like if you saw like an attractive woman outside
Dude,
and you
Oh yeah,
would go
yeah,
for it,
yeah.
right?
I'm shooting.
you're
yeah.
doing it old school.
Yeah.
Actually going out.
So-
in public. in
Shoot.
media.
Shoot.
And just so that's gross.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Star Wars type shit.
but so you're just looking to fuck.
No, I'm not saying that.
What do you actively like? What do you
Whatever,
100%
anything.
want to come from?
Anything like relationship or sexual relationship, like anything.
You're down for pretty much whatever. You just want a girl to talk to you.
You, all right. Well. God damn it.
What are you
Asshole.
What are you looking for?
I'm definitely just looking
You're
for
a
fuck
monster.
right now. Like I'm not looking for anything serious.
Okay.
Which is just
I mean,
like
that's
where I'm
fine.
at.
Like,
Yeah, which is where
everybody's
I'm at.
different,
And
right?
it's I don't know, kind of just like where we are. it's not really the best place for that. Which is
psycho.
Hey,
Get off
which is
Tinder.
Fun. Most likely.
yeah, no, it's just
Yes.
it's not really the most.
Stop it.
Send her to me. I don't.
God damn it! We matched! See?
How's that a bad thing?
This is a psycho! Oh.
Anyway, so to me, like, I'm pretty much looking for whatever as well. Like, I wouldn't be opposed for like an actual relationship if I can connect with a girl.
Yeah.
Like, that's my biggest thing is like, if I can't have a conversation with somebody, I'm not even gonna find them sexually attractive.
But I like what you're saying. I like pasta.
Yeah, if I heard that, I'd be like, get the fuck out of my face.
Why do you sound like Rocky right now?
He's a great boxer. And he's
Adrian! So what are you looking for right now?
Me?
Yeah.
American hero.
God damn it.
He's all natural too. Fucking bum.
See, I don't know. Honestly, looking for hopefully something, some kind of connection at least, and then take it from there. Hey, Tinder message.
What? What just happened?
Nothing.
You should gang signs.
And who we just followed each other on IG. It's alright.
You're on Grindr Platinum too?
Yeah, dude. Aren't you?
It's none of your business, Ace. Bro.
You know,
Why do you have more messages from Tinder than
text.
people?
I don't message people.
Okay.
That might be your first mistake, is actually initiating.
Anybody who's done that is someone else. That's my background. You know I got respect.
All right.
That
So
background. Can we show some respect, please?
R.I.P. Kobe. And
Yeah.
Gigi.
You watch your mouth, dude.
I said, yeah.
Okay.
Calm down. Calm down. I respect the dead. The Lakers itself suck. So, whatever. It's another podcast.
Edit.
respect the man.
0. Yeah, I do respect the man.
Who the fuck is Bryce Sellers?
You said Bryce? Oh, Bright. I was gonna say Bryce. I don't know.
I think you're on the wrong type of Tinder there, bud.
Hey, you want to talk about him?
But all right, so ultimately, your advice in this whole thing is to basically just shoot your shot.
Yeah, I mean,
And not really care about what's gonna happen afterwards.
yeah, because I feel like expectations breed disappointment. And if
It's better than I would have done.
I want to know. I want to know what you're gonna say. Let me see.
I think that
It's a starter. It's polite.
yeah,
It's polite.
yeah, no, it's
It might not have been something that you were thinking.
I mean, yeah, all right. That's sweet.
because I've seen some messages that are very straightforward.
Dick or what?
Why do you always think that a dick
What?
needs to be involved?
What?
Do you need
No
to talk
dick.
about it? Huh?
Watch Netflix.
I've never sent a dick pic.
Yeah, that's tough, dude.
I have.
I feel like that's for another
In
podcast.
in the last 3 months, I definitely have.
Wait a damn minute.
And tune in next week to where we're gonna hopefully have our sit-in,
Oh, we'll have one.
a different
Definitely.
sit-in for next podcast. This is the Launch Truck. Welcome.
Night night.